guys hear me talk a lot about how everyone's different. And I think that my opinions come through my worldview related to me, how exercise affects me, how I feel. And that's why I want to kind of get into what my diet is right now. Next month, it'll probably be a little different, but I want to talk about what it is right now. And you have to figure these things out for yourself. You hear me talk about studies. I love studies. I love the results of studies, but you got to know is there an agenda behind that study? Who's paying for it? Uh, and Not only that, it's they have findings in a study. This is not all factual. Okay, this is proof. I don't ever remember hearing saying, "Oh, this study proves." I don't know. I don't think so. So my opinions come from doing experiments on myself, how my body's changed. My body has changed. I do not eat like I ate when I was 22. That is ridiculous, the way I ate when I was 22. I didn't like it. I was trying to get 6,000 calories a day. Now my diet's differently. I'm probably at about 2,000 is where my calories come in. So your body changes. And I've paid attention to my body. I've always done this. I've been a health club owner for, I don't know, 30, 35 years. Um, but I've always been in the business, either managing gyms or personal training or in the business. And then I was in high school and college playing sports and training. So my diet has changed. My macros have changed. But I'm going to tell you what I do right now. And again, this changes all the time as I'm trying to analyze it and evaluate what's best for my health according to what my goals or objectives are. So, first thing in the morning, I'm usually two meals a day, and one of those meals could be, for instance, a protein shake, 2 scoops of protein, high quality organic protein. I like to use beef isolate, grass fed, and 2 scoops. And I'll put a couple eggs in there. Now you hear things, oh, you can't eat raw eggs. That's, I don't know, maybe. But I trust the eggs I put in my blender. Why? Because there are eggs. We have chickens across town, and those chickens, my wife feeds them perfectly. She cooks for the chickens. She doesn't cook for me, but she cooks for the chickens. So I know that these eggs are quality and healthy. So I put, again, don't blame me if you put a raw egg in something and you get sick. It's never happened to me. It didn't happen to Rocky. But anyway, I'm just telling you what I do, okay? So I'll put a couple eggs in that uh, protein shake. And right now I'm using about a cup of blueberries. I'll put some creatine in it, and I'll spike it with a little leucine. And my protein shake is also spiked with essential amino acids. So I'm getting about 70, 72 grams of protein in that protein shake. And it's quite filling because of the eggs. I like the macros. The macros come out pretty good. The fat and the protein, the fat and the carbohydrates are about the same. So that's what I'll do at least one meal a day. Now, that meal will probably come at about 10:30 or 11. Now, what I may do before that is first thing in the morning is I'll take 3 or 4 swallows of organic olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. And then I'll take my fat soluble vitamins, and I take all my vitamins and a few supplements, and I'll do essential amino acids. I'll do 2 servings. So it's going to give me a good 16 to 18 grams of essential amino acids. Now, that's probably the equivalent to 45, maybe 50 or more grams of protein. Why? Because the amino acids are in singular form. Your body doesn't have to take it apart. All your body is going to do is put those amino acids together depending on what it wants. And if you have all the amino acids that are essential, your body can do what it wants with it. So, depending, sometimes I go out to dinner, sometimes I eat bad stuff. You know, not very much, but sometimes maybe I'll have pizza and beer. But I'm not advocating that, but I do it sometimes. And I know my liver enzymes are excellent. My blood work is excellent. I'm checking my blood work. I'm checking my glucose to see how my diet is affecting me. And I know what foods spike my glucose. I know what foods don't. I can take those amino acids in the morning, which have some calories in them, and the olive oil, it does not spike my glucose. Not at all. I mean, maybe 10 points. I could go for a walk and spike my glucose more than 10 points because I'm always monitoring it. So, what do I normally do for dinner? It's not pizza and beer. I pretty much avoid all processed foods. And I've gotten, the last year or two, I've gotten even more strict at eliminating processed foods, salad dressings, stuff like that. No fried foods when I eat out, and so on. So for dinner, I may have grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef, and I'm just going to make it into taco meat. I'm going to put a healthy cheese on it. I get condiments from Primal Kitchen. There's a link down below if you want to get 10% off. Promo code Vitality1. I trust those condiments. And Mark Sisson is the creator of that company. And he's older than me and probably healthier and leaner than me too. So I trust the condiments there. So I'll get some different condiments there, salad dressing or whatever. But I'll find a healthy taco seasoning, organic. And so I just kind of make a taco without a shell or without a tortilla. And I'll put a little cheese on it. And I like it. And I'm usually eating a good half a pound of ground beef when I do this. And this is not what I eat every dinner, but I'm just giving you an example. So I'll do about a half a pound and then probably a good 2 ounces of a good quality organic cheese with that. And that's what I'll have for dinner. And that's going to give me, and then I will also spike that with some more essential amino acids because I want to hit my body from every direction with the amino acids, the essential amino acids through protein and through supplementation. So that's the other thing I do. So that's going to put me for the day at least 150, 170 grams of protein or the equivalent of that amount. That's an example of what I eat in a day. Everyone's different. And do I do that every day? No, but that's kind of a consistent way that I'm eating now. I also eat chicken. I also eat fish. I eat steak. Sometimes, different things like that. I'll eat different forms of those different foods, but my focus is on protein. Sometimes I'll do organic potatoes. I can do organic sweet potato. It's got a little lower glycemic index. I'll eat those sometimes. And so sometimes I'll bump my carbohydrates up to as high as 150. Usually not. Usually I'm between 50 and 100 grams of carbohydrates. That's what works for me. But I want to encourage you to find out, to play with this stuff, to get it right for you and match it up with your exercise program and your weight training program so that it takes some time to figure this out. So I encourage you to try it for yourself.